Cancer, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through for the month of December. So let's look into it. Let's get into it. We kind of have a quiet month. We're in Sagittarius season. Some Neptune goes direct. I believe the Chiron goes direct, I believe, beginning of next month. So things are starting to kind of pick up the pace again. There's not a lot of tension astrologically. There's not a lot of intense things happening this month. Sagittarian energy is all about growth, expansion. It's about kind of leveling up, right? Like we go through Scorpio season, which really highlights our emotions. It highlights places that things are not working, places that we have to like look at the not so fun, the not so pretty dynamics of people, situations, even ourselves, and then making adjustments accordingly. But when that fire energy kind of comes in from Sagittarius, it really launches us into the next phase. And we're in this weird in between because there still is a lot of planetary placements in water sign, meaning that it's just heightening emotion, feeling. I feel like water and fire energy, okay, it doesn't show up on this one, but they're kind of conflicting against one another, right? So try to stay balanced to the best of your ability, really kind of keeping that peace of mind, recognizing that like if something's getting messy or you just like don't want to go down that road, you don't have to. You actually don't have to, right? Like we can take a break, we can step back, we can readdress it later, or maybe it's just not even worth it because you know how it's going to roll out, right? So I like to start off with an energy cleansing just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out those places we might be feeling blocked or limited. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, especially if you have something on your heart that you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It really is a great way to personalize these collective readings. Spirit is looking to speak to us in all different kinds of ways. Oftentimes we just gotta look up and listen. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of health wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, Cancer, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're interested in more of a realignment of self, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're aligned in self, when we're grounded in self, that's really where we're manifesting our happiness, our abundance, our success. When we're disconnected, we just don't know. You know, it's hard to kind of peg, so to speak. And I would love to help support you in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. Mama Love. We all need some love, right? Amen. All right. So we have a full moon this week, starting off the month, full moon, and then Neptune will go direct on the 10th. So it's a little bit of readjusting. The full moon is in Gemini. Gemini highlights dualities. Again, it can be some of those people, places, and things that we might not be expecting, right? This value of improbability. Here's the thing, like walking into this reading, I was really feeling like you are nervously excited about something. It's a good anticipation. It's a good force within you that's kind of like pushing you forward. I think there's something around this that feels improbable, whatever this is for you this month. I think you're also seeing, I'm hearing this is like about disconnects as well, disconnects from people, current relationships, current dynamics that I'm hearing you've taken a step back, Cancer, to look at things a little bit closer, or maybe even just reflecting against yourself. How does this make me feel? What do I think about what is going on in my life? And you're preparing to release. It does look like you're kind of weighing out the pros and cons, the like more of the statistical, analytical side of things, which really isn't typical Cancer energy. Often you lead with your heart, but there's something around that. Like, here's the thing. I feel like you are leading with your heart ultimately, but I feel like there are certain things you have to look at, that there are certain things you have to evaluate 100% before you can make any next steps. And that's exactly what like this release primordial is all about. Like, I feel like it looks like over this month, you're going to be letting go of things, and then you're going to need to kind of rebalance the energy, meaning like, okay, getting down to the basics, right? Like, anytime we make any changes or shifts or whatever, it's like we have to rework our schedule, right? Like, anytime, I guess I don't have to say more than that, but yeah. I feel like you're unlearning. This myth card has been coming up a lot for us as a collective. So we're unlearning places that we bought into some lies. Again, that goes back to where you are, quote unquote, reworking your schedule, so to speak. Right? This is about getting back into a good flow. Kind of plugging up whatever holes you're coming into contact with, especially as you let go of whatever this is. Again, this makes a lot of sense with how the astrology is playing out, because beginning of the month with that full moon, we're going to see the other side of things. It's hard to ignore, and it's not necessarily a bad full moon. Like I said, there's definitely, especially this week, first week of December, there definitely is like a lot of surface tension, but there's also a bunch of support. There's also a bunch of support underneath, or like, you know, underneath the surface, right? In the background, things that we might not be as focused on. And to me, this is always like silver lining when something goes awry. Okay, well, maybe that sucks, but maybe there's actually like a benefit in it as well. I like this though, because you're feeling more balanced. It looks like you're identifying a key problem that's maybe hindered you or your life for some time. And you're starting to see it from a different lens, a different perspective. You don't need to force the issue as much as maybe you once did. It looks like there are some heavy attachments with this Damien. And this, to me, it's a lot of like ego. It's a lot of, I mean, you know, you could be stuck in a toxic dynamic or something you feel like you can't get out of. That's where the challenge is coming into play. It definitely goes back to like that surface tension I was just talking about, where like it might look like you have 0 options when in fact you might have 2 or 3. That it's just might be a little bit hard to pick up or acknowledge, especially in the beginning, because it's taking time to let go of whatever this is. Or I'm also hearing like you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting yourself. It looks like the more the month moves forward, however, you're kind of being forced in that direction. With you coming in as the Knight of Pentacles, your energy is grounded. It's like, I'm going to think through this in the right way, whatever that is, but it's like practical, right? Like you're not trying to shade, like, you know, you're not trying to lie to yourself. You're not trying to lie to yourself. And the more that you do that, the easier it is to let go of whatever this is. I'm going to clarify this Damien for us real quick before I move on. Okay. Yeah. It's a little fear of the unknown. You have a lot of pentacles, so you could just be really focused on home, family, especially with the Hierophant coming up. Money, you know, money is always a little wonky this month. We have the holidays, lots of celebrations. You're having a hard time. Like something's really stressing you out. Something is getting the better of you. It looks like it's a commitment. It looks like something you've been committed to long term. But like I said, there's something that's seeping out of the cracks. We have the Queen of Pentacles, all Pentacles basically that I've pulled. So lots of focus on home, family, etc. It looks like you're asking someone to be more stable, to kind of match your stability. It looks like someone's having a hard time doing that, or they want to present a good front, yeah, but they, especially beginning of the month, we're seeing some resistance for you. We're seeing resistance, just like difference of opinions. I don't know, right? Like, it looks a lot like you are investing into something that you're expecting to get better, to grow, to evolve. Someone's not agreeing with that, or maybe giving you a hard time, or maybe making it hard for you to find stability. This Queen of Pentacles is in her own world. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. It doesn't have to be those signs. It could be a mama, mother figure, or mother of your children, or, whatever, grandma, whatever. It doesn't have to be a female either. The tarot's pretty fluid in all of that stuff. It's just someone who's really expressing that energy of like taking care of house and home and family. And this looks like someone who's in their own world. They're not paying attention to you as much. What's the conflict with this Queen of Pentacles? Lots of people involved. Someone might be getting jealous of other people. You might want someone to kind of embody someone else's energy, or you're looking up to someone else, because we have a lot of feminine energy, and we're around a lot of family this month. People can get into it, whatever. Family can be really messy, right? I don't know if, let's see who these people are to you, Cancer. It looks like some outside opinions, or you might even feel like a little bit ganged up upon. Like, I'm hearing this is, for some of you, this might not resonate for everybody, but this looks like an energy of like maybe some people who either steered you in the wrong direction, or people who kind of collaborated behind your back. Not necessarily to like bring you down for your demise. I don't really get that. But it looks like you weren't a part of something and people made some decisions around that. And now it's either coming out this month, or you're not feeling this at all. Like, you're resistant to this energy because there is some fighting, especially beginning of the month. We have that full moon in Gemini, like I was saying. It looks like you're finally standing up for yourself too, Cancer. You might be pushing back in a way that people aren't really used to. It's not like they're not necessarily, they might be like defensive of like what they chose and why, etc. But ultimately they're feeling bad about what they chose. Yeah, because it didn't go the way that they had anticipated. Whatever this is, the choices that they made, it was with whatever belief behind it. Oh, this is how the situation's shaking out. Either I got to protect Cancer or whatever. And then you're kind of like, no, I didn't even need that. Like, I'm good, actually. And that goes back to you being in your own world this month. It looks like, and as I'm seeing this a little bit more, these could be people, family members, people who are close to you who do just get in your business and meddle. And now it's kind of just like, you're aware of it. You do feel like, I'm hearing like for yourself, you feel enslaved to it to some capacity, or as if you owe someone. It looks like you're seeing this month that might actually not be the truth. And I think whatever this information that comes out, you're seeing something's being put in your face. You can't deny it. And the more you see it, the more you're getting confirmation. And then the more it kind of weakens, like whomever these people are, it weakens their defenses. Because I do see them like acknowledging and being like, oh, like, my bad. I'm sorry for how it went, blah, blah, blah. It does look like it's rubbing you the wrong way. And something about this, yeah, it's kind of pulling the trigger is what I'm hearing. Whatever it's highlighting, you might be dealing with a bad actor, bad player, someone who lies or has lied on multiple occasions. I don't feel like this is a one-off. I'm not like laughing at it. It's just funny how the energy comes through, like when people just like try to hide, deceive, etc. This feels like someone who, this feels like someone who definitely was trying to hide some actions, or perhaps is hiding, like maybe how manipulative they are. Okay. I'm going to read out of the book for this. We'll go with those three. Okay. This is the Prima Materia. I love this. It's such a beautiful deck. It's all the periodic elements. That's partially why I'm reading out of the book, because I don't have them memorized. Also, the book has like beautiful symbolism. So we got Lanthide series, we got nitrogen, and we got niobium. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing those right. I am not a scientist. I love all that stuff, but I'm not always good at enunciating. That's definitely one of my weaknesses. All right, let's look at this first. Okay, Lanthide series says, first journeys are departures away from the original birthplaces. Down the path you go, searching for your truth to connect you with events and encounters that widen your world. The Lanthide series bursts with the elemental figures that support these beginnings, but their helpful presence is often so subtle that they are easily missed. If discovered, you gain strength from their friendship. A clearer vision of yourself emerges. Hardships are more easily endured. Ultimately, along the way, they help ignite a spark, giving you a sense of purpose that focuses your thoughts within new consciousness, a higher space filled with boundless energy, where you can easily see that which you were and the source of all the things to come. It symbolizes understanding, perspective, education, mentor, guide. I think that's a really great embodiment to this reading. Because whomever you're dealing with, it does look like a learning lesson. It does look like an opportunity to grow, to evolve. And maybe it is kind of getting out of your comfort zone, out of the norm, especially because so many people popped up. It could be a family matter. There could be a lot of family involved, etc. A lot of different opinions. And part of that is we're learning how to step outside of that comfortability so we can identify ourselves, who we are, what we want, what we need. Nitrogen says, I'll keep it there, sorry. Under a radiant sky, she whispers earth wisdom to the land, giving it essential things that change the world's march. How indispensable this material is, one of the fundamental substances of life, capable of creating a banquet from thin air to feed our hunger. When taken care of and honored, this magic is fundamental, and it makes the most responsive plenitude for our bodies and soul. It symbolizes abundance, generosity, joyfulness, giving, essentials, reciprocity, which I think is so needed, right? It's not even just about, we've been talking a lot, it's come up a lot in the cards, like the value of when you are surrounding yourself with people, situations that support you, and how much you can thrive from that space, right? Not having to deal with the hubbub or feeling like people are lying or hiding something. Even if, like I said, it doesn't look like it was done out of malice, but you should still be informed, right? Like you should still be informed if people are like making decisions about your life. Sorry, this hair. All right. Niobium. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. Sorry. Right. Okay. A nocturnal spirit in the deep magnetic sleep. Niobium is a dream world's superconductor. Her luminous thoughts are always striving towards the daylight of becoming in the purity of its lustrous gray twilight. Captured by this abstract dominion, an essential but fearless realm, she plunges into its world, searching for her missing self. Deep in the Earth's core is the solar child she once was, whose existence formed in the heart of the square, Earth. Here, all of humanity's fate, our being's colorful archetypes, live in a hidden spiritual centeredness, an invisible karmic state wound through the cycles of civilization and beyond, a primal world that is the threshold of our ultimate accomplishments and its destiny. It symbolizes inwardness, penetrating, meditation, soulful, altering. I love that. I think it's a beautiful way to close out this message. Needing, and I think it's a lot of what you're doing, especially as this like Knight of Pentacles energy, being able to take your time, peeling back the layers, recognizing where that worth, that value is coming into play, and how you need to kind of like channel that energy. It looks like you might not be making a lot of like big changes this month. I feel like the changes are happening more in your schedule or in your focus, or, just kind of like getting your life back in order so it's not looking so chaotic or all over the place as maybe it once did. And I feel like you're addressing that first before dealing with whatever drama people are kind of stirring the pot with. And it looks like it balances. It's a frustrating energy. It looks like you're working hard this month. Be gentle with yourself, Cancer. Try not to overdo it. But I really like where you're coming from, where your vibe's headed. It looks like you're on a good path for yourself. You're not necessarily, maybe there is a little bit of blindness happening in regards to people around you, but again, I don't know that you have to deal with that right now. I think maybe recognizing the pattern or recognizing how some of these people hold you back, pin you down, and then being able to kind of separate yourself or making that, individuality, that we were kind of talking about with this Lanthide series. So I hope you enjoyed. Godspeed. I hope you have a great month. Happy holidays. Thanks so much for taking the time to tune in. Thank you for all the love, all the support to the channel. I so appreciate you. I hope you have a fabulous month of December. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Drop comments below. I love to connect always and just hear what's going on for you in your life. All right. Thank you so much. Sending love and blessings to you.